I'm Justin Hayek, investment advisor with PI Financial. Join me on a ride with today's top CEOs. Hear the stories of their greatest achievements and failures. Get the inside on their secrets to investing and the latest on their next big deal. This is Car Ride Confessions of a CEO. Joining me on today's ride is Kai Hoffman, CEO of Oreninc. Having acquired the company in September 2016, Kai has transformed it into the leading provider of relevant financing information in the junior commodities space. Kai is also the publisher and chief editor of one of Germany's leading stock newsletters, the Investor Magazine. Tell me about Oreninc and the Oreninc Mining Deal Club.
Oh, with pleasure. I bought Oreninc back in September 2016 from Benjamin Cox, who started it actually in 2011. So a lot of credit goes to him for setting it up. And Oreninc, we track all the financings in the commodity space, or junior commodity space, I'd say. We do have a certain cutoff. We don't track financings over $100 million. And typically not companies, or all our index or all our numbers are usually with companies below $1.5 billion in market cap. So the sweet spot, junior mining, just a recent spin out from it is the Oreninc Mining Deal Club.
Right.
What
is that?
I've taken a different approach, or not completely different, but I've tried to take a different approach in terms of quality, integrity, and independence to the mining space. As you know, a lot of groups are always associated with the same people in terms of newsletters, and they always come from the same. You see the deal origination sometimes. You know who's behind it. Nothing wrong with that. It's just not always independent, or as independent as people would like it. And because of Oreninc, it's like we regard ourselves a bit as Switzerland, because we don't rate deals, we just list all the information on financings. I've gathered some experts around me, like world-class experts I'm really excited to be working with, to sort of pick out the best financings that we see and give our subscribers access and information about those.
Yeah, can you talk about who those experts are?
Oh, with pleasure. Yeah, no, I'm really, really happy that Brent Cook, probably one of the best geologists out there, has joined us who's taking care of the geology angle. As I said, he's independent, so he's not in anybody's camp or anything. So it's I appreciate the neutral input we always get from him, and just the unbiased, like the rocks tell the story, regardless of who's behind the deal at that point.
Right.
Tim Oliver, phenomenal minerals engineer. If you're doing a PEA or PFS, send it to him. He'll go over it and he'll pick out problems with it or not. So really great to have him on board, and he's a good sounding board. And lastly, Paul Harris as well, a correspondent with the Mining Journal in Latin America. So he's really well connected down there in South America, Latin America.
Gotcha.
And great person to bounce ideas off as well.
Now, how do you manage and maintain such a glorious beard?
Well, you saw me
obviously wasn't in there.
You saw me 2 weeks ago, and it was monstrous. So, and there was an interesting blog article about my beard. What? And you haven't seen it?
No,
that was on ICANN. Otto Rock out of Peru wrote about my beard. And funny enough, he might think now that he had an influence on me trimming my beard, because it was massive.
Yeah.
But I actually had an appointment the day he wrote about the article. He wrote about the beard. I actually did have a barbershop appointment to get it trimmed.
Funny.
So
that's too funny.
It's just good genes, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to hide the double chin.
So if someone, I guess you could say, is either a member or a subscriber to the Oreninc Mining Deal Club, what are some of the benefits that they get from that?
As I said, like we see over 1,400 deals a year with Oreninc itself.
Okay.
Right. So everything. We see everything. The point is to really pick out the high quality deals, or the deals we perceive as high quality.
So you guys obviously conduct a certain level of due diligence before you essentially tell your subscribers or your members that, hey, this is something worthwhile considering for your portfolio, correct?
Oh yeah. No,
okay.
Definitely. And Brent takes care of geology. Tim does the minerals engineer, looks at permitting situation. Paul's more the people person, like myself as well. He looks at South America, a lot of CSR as well. So we make sure that the deal that we send out to our subscribers has a fair shot actually of being successful.
Okay. Maybe you could tell us, in order for someone to become a member or a subscriber, where do they go to sign up?
Miningdealclub.com.
Okay.
Very straightforward. It's a yearly subscription. And we're readily available if you have any questions or anything.
So I want to try something a little bit new with you.
Okay.
We'll try a word association game. I'll give you a word, and then you just tell me the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Okay. Gold.
Money.
Okay. I guess at one point he was a big superstar in Germany, David Hasselhoff.
Looking for Freedom, Baywatch, Knight Rider, which were great, like amazing TV shows back in the day. I watched them all.
Oh yeah.
I understand they weren't as big out here for some reason. So Baywatch and Knight Rider wasn't as big out in the States or in Canada as it was in Germany. And of course, the song "Looking for Freedom" was like the anthem of the wall coming down.
So you've developed something called the Oreninc Index. What is that? Maybe tell the viewers a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, I can't take too much credit for it, actually, because Ben Cox, the person I bought it from, sort of developed it back in 2011 when they started Oreninc. But it's a very, very useful tool, and I'm very happy to be continuing that. And we track the overall health of the market. So or Benjamin back in the days, put out 3 factors, which he sort of weighted, which is amount of brokered financings, total dollars announced, and the broker participation in the financings. And we sort of get a score out of that we publish every week.
Okay.
And that gauges the overall health of the market. And one thing I have to say, like, he benchmarked it back in January 2011. So the benchmark level is very high.
Right.
So you can tell once we get close to that 100 mark that the market is doing, or it's quite frothy.
What's the number at right now?
Last week we were at 53, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So
call it the first week of February? Last week of January?
Yeah, we published it on Monday, the 12th, so February 12th. I think it was 53, if I'm not mistaken. But it's been very low. It's been in the mid-40s for the first few weeks of the year, which is very low, actually, in comparison to other years.
What is the best and the worst investment you've ever made?
The best investment is probably in myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
In the last 7 years, I've invested a lot of money just in traveling and building a network. One of the reasons I just love the industry, it's fun. It was worth it. I could see it going places, so I think that's probably the best investment because that's paying dividends right now.
Sure.
The worst, it's a stock that had the ticker is like my first name. That probably was one of the worst investments. So don't get emotionally attached to something.
Right.
I don't know. That was like 7 years ago. It was one of the first companies I met when I came out to PDAC.
Okay.
I liked their story. They were about to pour gold, or their first gold bar. Ticker was KAI. I was like, great. Serendipity right there.
Yeah,
perfect. Well, I was down 80% before I sold or something like that. Yeah, that didn't work out too well.
Right. Okay. So if you could kind of hand out investment advice to people out there through your own trading experiences, investing experiences, what would that one piece of advice be? Travel. I think that's really helpful. Just really meet the companies, go to the conferences. I think that's the best advice you can get. Yeah, get to know the people behind the deal. What do you think is more important to a deal? The people or the project?
I think I heard that question over the last 2 years a lot, and it's definitely people. It's like, I'm not going to tell you anything new. I've seen a lot of good projects, and I've worked with clients before where I thought, okay, the project has a fair chance in hell to survive, and no, the people ruined it for various reasons. So it's really people, and always go with your first gut feeling. That's important as well when you're looking at a deal. When you're driving around in Germany, maybe on the Autobahn, what kind of music do you listen to? I love EDM. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it's sitting in a nice car, decent speakers. Yeah, it travels well and puts you in a good mood. Yeah, and at 200 kilometers an hour, it's just fun. All right, thank you very much. Awesome. Appreciate it. I had a great time.